Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. This is Waleed shehzad, and I want to make a tutorial course on designing a antenna in CST, which is computer simulation technology. And in this course, I will show you how to make an antenna in CST. So for making an antenna in CST, first of all, we will need to make uh, a setting of CST microwave studio. So for this, I will follow these steps. First of all, I will go to create new project, and in this I will select microwave and RF and optical section. Okay, so there we have antenna circuits and components, radar cross section, biomedical exposure and SR, and optical application, and also periodic structure. So these are subparts of this uh, optical RF and microwave designing antenna. So I want to make uh, designing antenna, so I am selecting it. So I will select next. Okay, here we have waveguide, types of waveguides, horn, cone, etc. And similarly it is planar. Actually, this we will select for setting of antenna designing. And so it it has the following types, for example phase, slots, and etc. And here is wire. So if I want to make a dipole antenna, so I will select wire. And if I would like to make patch antenna or slotted antenna, so I will select this. In case of phase array cells and mobile phone integrated circuits, reflectors and dielectors. So similarly, if I want to make RFID, so I will select this. But now I want to make a fetch antenna, so I am selecting it. Okay, now I will select to next. Okay, if I want to make my simulation frequency domain, so I will select uh, frequency domain. But mostly I will do simulation in time domain, because I will analyze my antenna in time domain. So I am selecting it. Next. Okay, here we have different options for dimensions of antenna and frequency of antenna. It's mean the bands on which we will design our antenna. So from here we can select uh, kilohertz antenna, megahertz antenna, gigahertz antenna, and terahertz, and also picohertz antenna. So mostly we will do our designing in megahertz antenna. So I am selecting it. And from here we can select the dimension in millimeter unit, micrometer, and nanometer. uh, so I want to make an antenna which will have operating frequency in megahertz frequency. So similarly I will select just only millimeter dimensions. And these following, for example, temperature in Kelvin, voltage, V current and ampere, and resistance in ohm, and conductance. Similarly, inductance in Henry, capacitance in microfarad. So I'm not changing it, just I have changed the dimensions and frequency for my simulations. So I will now select to next. Okay, here I can define my range, for example minimum range and maximum range. For example, mm, I want to make an antenna which will operate on um, 5, for example 5 megahertz uh, frequency. So I will, and it will have bandwidth, for example 2 megahertz. So for that I will select minimum frequency, for example uh, 5 minus half of 2 is equal to 1, so it will be equal to 4. And similarly upper and maximum high or maximum frequency will be 5 plus 1, so it will be equal to 6 megahertz. So minimum frequency will be 4 and maximum frequency will be 6, but here we can left it um, blank for example, if we decide later to select or to design the I mean if we want to make changes in frequency band. So for further um, if we want to not fill it right now, so for example I leave it blank, so I am selecting it next. Now finally we can finish our setting right now. So these settings have dimension in millimeter and frequency in micro or megahertz, and time will be second and temperature will be kelvins. And this setting we can change in all from our designing. Okay, so from here we can change. Okay, it will take some time. Okay.